What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Route Runners podcast. I'm your host, Jared.
I'm Srikar.
Jerome.
Jason.
Um, this is going to be the last podcast that we record that will be at home. We're all going back up to school later this week, so that should be fun. This is the first time we've had all four of us in a while.
Nice.
It is.
So that'll be good. And what better time to have all four of us together than when we're going to be doing a fantasy football show? We've only done it once, and we did a mock draft, and we're kind of doing the exact same thing. I mean, the last time we did it, I think it was in like late June or early July, and kind of a lot has changed since then in terms of fantasy. So it's definitely going to be different. We're going to be drafting just like we will be in about a month or a little less than a month for our draft at school that James actually runs the league. So that will be fun. And yeah, we had the first week of preseason go by. I mean, we'll probably talk about that a little more when we start talking about actual football and when we are all back together next week. But yeah, I mean, the only really thing that was like notable in terms of like injury or things that we just didn't expect to happen was Zach Wilson going down. If I had to put a bet on it, probably won't play week one, or I don't think he should, at least. Like everyone was saying how he was tearing that he had a torn ACL like 30 minutes after the whole thing happened, and everyone was very scared. And then it seems that now he'll be all right. And worst possible scenario, he's out for like 4 or 5 weeks or something, or 6 weeks, I think. But he should be okay, which is good because it didn't seem like that in the beginning. And then other than that, yeah, so we can just get started on the fantasy mock draft. Our league is double flex. And then
we have head coaches.
Are we actually doing that?
No, we're not doing head coaches.
Wait, I just realized. So you know how it has like the players' projections in the bottom of the screen?
Yeah.
They're projecting Justin Jefferson to throw 2 passes.
I mean, that makes sense. You never know.
I mean, yeah, but like, how do you project that? He's like the only player. Oh no, they project Debo to also have 2 passes.
I feel like that makes a little bit more sense.
I could see that, yeah. Well, also Jefferson has thrown a pass before, right?
Yeah, I got points.
Maybe that's yeah, maybe that's why. I don't know. Still, that's kind of weird.
I'm trying to figure out what to move this. Yeah, James was not in the other mock draft we did. He's picking 9. We tried to get Sean on this one, or a guest we've had before. He's at pick 4 this year, and probably changes his mind on who he's picking every single day.
I tried texting him, and he's down to 2 people.
Oh, okay.
That's what he's told me.
Well, yeah, my spot at 11, I'm down to a lot of people.
All
right.
I can blur my background.
Yeah.
That's money.
You are the 2 pieces. Okay. Wait, do I have? All right, we're ready. Let's start. And I think what we'll do.
Very loud.
Yeah, that's kind of realistic.
I might turn my volume off.
I was gonna say we can make the first few rounds, or the first few picks, if they were like unrealistic for what's actually gonna be there for you at 5.
I was gonna say I kind of don't want to draft exactly how I will, because
that too.
Yeah, so it's been kind of known for a while that McCaffrey is gonna fall to me at 5, so I'm gonna take him. But for the sake of this podcast,
who is Petrarca picking at 2?
Henry.
Henry here.
And then
Dave would take like Eckler, Cup, or Jefferson probably.
I think Dave's taking it.
Okay.
Gotcha. And then Sean said he's going to take Jefferson or Cup.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, he says that now, but
yeah, well,
we got a while.
I think I'll take Cup, if I'm being honest.
I probably would. So
he only says he wants Jefferson because I said I like him this year. and he wants to fuck with me because he's picking right before me.
Yeah,
That's gonna
probably.
be fun.
Yeah, so my second option besides CMC is Jefferson, so I'm just gonna take him here. I think he'll be the wide receiver one this year.
That would
Yeah.
be that would be very cool.
I mean, I bet on him to lead the league in receiving yards, so I hope so.
I may join you on that.
He should. I think it was like plus 650.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, so I have a lot of. I've kind of shortened it to like four people that I'm thinking of getting one, but I'm very conflicted right now. But I'm not gonna go, as Jason said, exactly how I want the draft to go. So I'll pick one of the four. I'll pick Joe Mixon. I think he'll have a good year with that improved O line.
Oh, shit, wait. Yes, I won a battle in back again. That's fantastic. I'm too clear. Okay. Let's see. I feel like I'm gonna be left with these options no matter what, because I feel like the top 8 seems pretty set. Maybe Mixon could be interchanged with like Najee or Devontae. But if I'm picking all of these guys, it's tough because I know Kelsey's gonna have a monster year. But there's Najee right there. So I mean, yeah. I'd probably take Najee if he's there at 9.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. All right.
I've
I've
never
set
owned Kelsey in fantasy, and if he's there at 9, when it comes to reality, I may take him, but we'll see.
yeah.
Depends who's on the board.
I kind of have a lot of options here. I love Stephon Diggs this year. I think that he has as good a chance to finish the wide receiver one as anyone. I just think like he was the wide receiver 1 2 years ago, or maybe it was Adams, but he was 1 or 2, and he had the same amount of targets that he did this year that he did last year. And I don't really like, as long as he could just return to form, he's gonna have amazing numbers. But I'm gonna just take the chance that Team 12 doesn't go with both. Or well, Team 12 can't get Adams, Kelsey, or Diggs, so I'm just gonna take the running back that I think is the best on the board here, and that is DeAndre Swift.
Ooh.
Okay, well, that ended up kind of perfect. So I get Diggs again. I think he's gonna be great this year, and I really like Swift too. He's gonna catch a lot of passes. The only problem with him is injuries, but I'll take my chances.
All right. Now I'm seeing Tyreek, and it bugs me because I don't know how well he's going to do at Tua, but he's clearly the wide receiver 1 on that team. But I think if I'm in this instance, I really don't like Chubb or Kamara here. Like I love Chubb, but if Kareem Hunt stays on that team, his value is not really worth it where I am right now. So I'll probably just take Tyreek.
Hmm.
You guys know who Jeffrey Springs is?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a raised pitcher.
Yeah, I'm going to the game tomorrow, and he's pitching, and apparently he's pretty good.
Yeah. Well,
He's
I mean,
decent.
every Rays player is like pretty good. They
Yeah.
don't
Well,
have like
every-
any amazing players and nobody bad.
Every pitcher against the Yankees is good right now. So,
Michael Waka.
Yankees have lost 9 of 11. That's not great.
Yep.
It's okay though.
All right.
They're gonna win the division easily.
Yeah, but that may be it.
I mean, that's all they need.
See.
I don't know.
All right, so there is a lot of good running backs still available, but I already have I have like a solid one right now. So I think I could just go wide receiver here, and I'm gonna pick AJ Brown because why not? I think he'll have a good year.
All right. Well, see, this was my one worry, or I guess this wasn't my worry, but one of my worries with taking Jefferson first or like Cup is that like I wouldn't get a very good running back in the second round, but I'm pretty happy with the ones that fell here, and I think I can still get a very good one in my third round. So like if I could do this in our regular draft, I would be very happy, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. So right here, I take the guy who, I mean, just he can't fall anymore. He's a first round running back, but everyone's worried he's gonna get suspended, and I don't think it's gonna happen. So I'm gonna take Kamara.
I kind of am starting to think he won't get suspended either.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like I said, I think I can still get another good running back here, which I kind of lucked out because they're like 4 running backs I would take in the third round, and one of them is left, and that's Zeke.
Damn, Eckler, Andrews, and Mahomes.
It's an
Yeah, it's-
odd team.
All right, I'm gonna go best running back available here, and I'm gonna pick James Conner.
All right. I see Kyle Pitts on the board, but I'm scared of his QB situation. So I'm going to hold off on him for now. I'm going to go with someone who I think is probably going to break out this year. And it's Sir Pitts. Not break out, but he's going to have a better year.
I thought you meant Kyle Pitts, and I was just really
No.
okay.
He's going to have a better year this year. He's
All
got,
right, so
got a decent QB.
the thing with sleeper is their the ADP for all these guys is, I think it's definitely a little off, because I had a draft last week where Michael Thomas went in the third round, and so did Chris Godwin, and so did J.K. Dobbins.
Really?
And yeah,
I did an ESPN draft, and it was all like similar. Like Michael Thomas went in the 6th or 7th round, so did Godwin. Or I think
well, it's also keepers, so like it's a little
yeah, exactly. So some
It-
players are already gone.
it's a little different, but like still, like they went a lot earlier than they did in this. And I think when our draft starts to come up, I think that Godwin, I'm pretty sure on the rankings, Godwin was like still wide receiver like 18 or 19.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, even with Godwin, like everyone likes Godwin in our draft because Penn
Yeah.
State. So that you have to take that into account too.
And the thing with Michael Thomas is, I think once people start to realize that if Michael Thomas is going in the 5th round by the time we're doing it, I believe on the ESPN rankings that we had when we were doing it, he was 30 or wide receiver 30. And like that is the biggest heist of all time if he's going around Clyde Edwards-Helaire and AJ Dillon. So I think like realistically, Michael Thomas would be a much bigger target here, but I'm not going to do that yet if he's going to be potentially available in the 5th round. So I'm just going to go with Pitts. I think he's great. I mean, James said he's scared of the quarterback situation. I don't blame you for that because it's not very good. I just really like the player. And there's not really a whole lot of tight ends I love this year. So I'll go with Pitts. And
I
then
mean, like Mariota made Delaney Walker a top 5 tight end for like 3 years in a row as he's in his 30s. So
yeah. And yeah, I mean, I think Pitts, he's my third. I don't think Waller going over him is correct. That I would never do that. But anyway, I'll go with another running back to pair with DeAndre Swift. And yeah, it's a guy that's lower and lower on the list. But that is J.K. Dobbins. He moved down, I think, from the last time. And I think I don't know, I think he's really talented. The injury, I mean, it scares me because he tore his ACL and he's only 1 year off from it. But I mean, Gus Edwards isn't getting any younger, and he's also injured, and Dobbins seems like he's coming back and he's going to be great. So yeah, I'll go Dobbins there.
Honestly, with the amount of receiver talent on the board, I'm just going to take another receiver. And I mean, Terry's going to just go for me. In the 4th round, I feel like it's good value for me.
Yeah, I like Terry too.
All right. Now, personally, I think there is like a good drop off after, you could say, like after like the Waller, Kittle, and the tight end group. So I'm gonna take one of the last like, one of those like high end receiving tight ends. So I'm picking Kittle here. And the guy I also was gonna either pick was DJ Moore. So if I wasn't gonna pick Kittle here, I was gonna pick Moore.
All right. Well, I have 2 running backs and receivers, so I'm just gonna balance it out now. There aren't too many running backs here jumping on to get, but there is a receiver I really like who, I mean, honestly, like I'd take him around the same time as Tyreek. Or no, I don't want to say that. Like I wouldn't take him in the second round, but like I think they're going to be very similar this year. Like obviously, I'm talking about Jalen Waddle, but I kind of have a feeling they're going to put up similar numbers. They're very similar players, and Tua already has the connection with Waddle. So if I had to choose between taking Tyreek in the second or Waddle in the fourth, I would take Waddle in the fourth, 100%. If it loads. There we go.
And DK went at the 410 in this, and in a keeper league, he went in the 6th round. That's crazy.
Well, all right. I'm kind of down to a lot of players I don't really love right now. So I'll probably just go down the board and reach on someone. And I could go QB or tight end here and just fill out that spot, but I think there are some tight ends later I still like, and like not completely sold on Dalton Schultz, so I'll take a receiver here and go down the board a bit. There are a lot of receivers here I like, but I feel like at this point I kind of want a safe pick here, and I feel like there's no safer pick out of all the receivers left, who also has a lot of upside, than Brandon Cooks.
That's a good pick.
He's just consistent every year. Like, hold on.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who his quarterback is. He always, I feel like, ends at like wide receiver 20.
He's put up 1,000 yards 6 of the past 7 seasons. So,
There you go.
I mean, then again, he only 2 of those are with Houston, but still, like, he's the only receiver. He's really the only offensive threat there.
Yeah.
And Davis Mills isn't a bad QB.
No. Now there are a lot of good wide receivers still left. I know there's Marquise Brown is someone who I keep looking at, but like I know I don't want to take him just yet, just because of he always has those games where like Lamar would throw it up and like it would look like he's gonna have a big play and then he would just drop the ball. So like he makes those, but then he also makes some really good plays at the same time. But I think I'm gonna go. I think this guy, he's gonna have a surprising year. Justin Fields is definitely gonna take a big improvement from last year now that he doesn't have Matt Nagy as his head coach, and I think Darnell Mooney is gonna have a pretty fantastic year.
Thought you were gonna say you're taking Justin Fields. I got
Oh,
scared.
so did I.
Nah.
What, we're in the 5th round?
I gotta get a
So
Charger.
I might take someone who said it would be criminal if he fell to the 5th round, according to Jared, Michael Thomas.
That's a good pick. So I would go with Godwin here. The only problem is I already took Dobbins, who's coming off an ACL, and I don't know if I really want to take 2 guys that are. So I'm gonna, for my first pick at least, I'm gonna take a guy that I'm a big fan of this year. I think he's gonna have a huge bounce back, go into a new team. I drafted him in my other league as well. That I love Allen Robinson this year. I think he's gonna be amazing. Okay, and Godwin went after anyway, so I don't have to worry about that. All right. So now it's time to fill out flex. What quarterbacks are available? I don't think Burrow here would be awful, but my flexes would kind of suck. So, I'm gonna go. It's between Dylan and Hunt for me, and there's like, I think both are going to be very good. and it's the only problem is they're the running back twos on their teams. I think Dillon is probably a threat for more touchdowns, so I'll go with AJ Dillon.
You left me with my running back, Miles Sanders.
There you go.
I don't know why I wanted to take him, but I just feel like he still got some good stuff in him. And out of the running backs there, I'd rather take him over Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So that's my yeah, there you go. That's my answer.
Is Dak that low just because Cooper's not on the team anymore?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because he had a big drop off from last year. Yeah, but I'm gonna take a quarterback here. I think I am leaning towards Kyler Murray, but the only problem is that's like strength of schedule because the Cardinals' schedule this year is pretty brutal. And having D Hop for like the first 6 games, or not having D Hop for the first 6 games, is definitely going to be a stinger. But they do have Marquise Brown, but I feel like it's going to take a little bit of time, maybe like a couple games for them to actually get like some sort of rhythm going. But I mean, the first game they have the Chiefs, Raiders, Rams. So I mean, that Rams and Raiders ones, I feel like those could definitely be ones where Kyler doesn't really do exactly the greatest. But I'm gonna go Russell Wilson here. It's kind of a safe pick, but I definitely think Russ will get things going for the Broncos.
Okay, well. I was gonna go with another flex or maybe even a tight end. No, I'm just gonna go with QB, who's I'd say it's a pretty safe pick. I mean, their offense got so much better this year, and the fact that he has such a high floor because of his rushing ability. It's not Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Hurts fell, and yeah, I think that's a good spot for him.
All right. Well, I was gonna try and see if Juju would fold me here to fill out my flex, but since I did just take Jalen Hurts, I'm gonna get a stack here, which same stack I had last year actually. Jalen Hurts loves throwing to his tight ends, and Dallas Goedert is the only one there now. I feel like AJ Brown being there is gonna open up more space for him and more touchdowns for Goddard. So I'm gonna happily take Goddard here.
And D Hop got selected. So I'm gonna gamble by taking a rookie here. I'm gonna take Drake London. Obviously, I have to get Falcons player at some point, but I definitely think Drake London, he has a really good separation ability so far. I think seeing him at training camp and like practice, like that preseason game, but I definitely think he's gonna have a pretty good year just because he has Marcus Mariota who can scramble and throw off the scramble too. So I definitely think having a guy like him and a second year coach rather than a rookie head coach, I definitely think Drake London could definitely have a good year as a rookie.
Oh, and of course, there goes Kyler. As soon as I was going to take him. Well, I mean, let's see who my options are. My options at QB, I mean, there's still pretty good QBs out there, but the tight end is pretty slim, so I'm going to take Zach Ertz there so I can just at least secure a tight end.
Yeah, the other team has a quarterback, so I'll just wait. Oh, I don't even. Whatever. All right. I only have 2 receivers on my team, so I feel like it's smart to get a third. I feel like my receivers are kind of safe, so I kind of want to go with a guy that I think has a good amount of upside, even though he's on the Jets, and that's Elijah Moore. Wow, they picked
Back-to-back
Walker.
Seahawks.
Yeah, that's interesting. Is that team?
Very.
I don't like the team very much.
Very
Yeah,
hot team.
team 12.
I mean, they did take Kelsey and Herbert though, which you have to take that into account when looking at the. Well, I guess if they're RB2s, Kenneth Walker, yeah,
These are terrible.
it's not good.
All right, so yeah, I'll be up to take a quarterback. I'm like one of the last ones to take one, and Dak is on the board. I don't love him this year, but I think he's better than what's there. So
I also need a QB, and I mean Aaron Rodgers is still there, so I'll take him. Back-to-back MVP. I mean, he's proven that he's good. And even without Devontae, I still think he's going to have a heck of a season. So, and if he sucks, then my backup QB will just be better. So, but he's a back-to-back MVP. He's proven that he can play. So, or play when he's old. So,
I'm gonna go safe here with my RB3 here. I just because the Broncos have said that they will split them primarily more or less 50-50. So I'm gonna pick Melvin Gordon.
All right.
And I'm gonna mute this.
okay.
Okay, no, I do have 2 running backs, so I was gonna take Singletary here because I kind of, they're not the safest running backs, I'd say, especially Kamara, because there is the chance he does get suspended. So I was gonna take a running back, and I was gonna take Singletary. I'm gonna hold off because the running back I would take here is most likely gonna fall to me at my next pick. So, just this pick's kind of out there for me. I'm gonna go Treylon Burks. I mean, with Jefferson his first year, like no one really saw him being like amazing his first year, and then look what he did. And there was all this like bad news about Jamar Chase last year, and he ended up being the best receiver. And I feel like it could be the same for Burks. Like hasn't really had much positive news coming out to start his rookie season. But you got Derrick Henry, who's just coming off an injury. Robert Woods is 30 and just tore his ACL. Like, I don't know. It could all just work out for him where he has the opportunity to be the best fantasy rookie wide receiver.
Stafford and Carr went back to back on this team.
Interesting.
that is very interesting.
All right. So I have my starting lineup filled out, and now I'm going to take the backup running back that I wanted, and that's Ramondre Stevenson.
Ramondre.
All right. Now that I have 3 running backs on the roster, I think I'm gonna go for another wide receiver here. And I'm gonna go Christian Kirk. I definitely think, Trevor Lawrence needs to have that number 1 guy. I think Christian Kirk can definitely be that guy since, he's a guy that you can throw it up to, and he's great in the slot too. So definitely think you can place Christian Kirk all over the place, and he'll be good for Jacksonville this year.
Okay. So I only have 2 running backs, so I'm going to take a running back here. But the one I'm looking at is kind of risky because their backfield is just so like deep. I'm looking at Chase Edmonds because that backfield's so deep. They have obviously Mostert, Michelle, Miles Gaskin, but I think Edmonds is the favorite to be the starter. So, but it just worries me how many like reps he's actually going to get each game. Then there's also Darrell Henderson, who we know that he's going to probably split or maybe be a little bit behind Akers. But I think Edmonds is probably going to be named the starter for this Dolphins backfield, I'm going to play it safe and stick with him.
All right. I'll go with the receiver. I still only have 3. And I think this guy is going to have, as a rookie, he probably is the best quarterback in the league throwing him the ball. Oh, no, he's still there too. Oh, no, but I would have gone Garrett Wilson, but I already have Elijah Moore, so I'm not doing that. So I'm going to go with Sky Moore. I think it's either going to be him or Juju that's going to be the second guy on the offense, with obviously Kelsey being the guy who's going to get most of the targets. but Sky Moore has the same last name as Elijah Moore. And I don't know, I think he'll be good because he is Patrick Mahomes throwing on the ball. And then at running back, get another depth piece. I'm actually going to go with the guy that James already mentioned briefly. I'm going to go with Darrell Henderson. I think that he's better than people think, and I think that he's going to take more work from Akers than people think.
So I'm also going to go for a reach here, and it's going to be another receiver. And he is, I mean, from one game that we've seen, he's been pretty impressive, and I think he's going to be a standout on this team, especially since the other receivers are pretty injury prone. It's George Pickens. He's impressed, and he made. Wait, what, Jared?
No, I was going to say I like Pickens a lot.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to reach Traylon Burks level, but I mean, if Claypool or Deontay go down, I think Pickens is going to step up and be very vital for the Steelers offense.
Now, I know this is only a preseason game, but Dameon Pierce had 5 carries for 49 yards, and I think that is very promising for a team that is going to be very bad next year. There isn't really too many guys that right now. Most of these guys are like handcuffs for if you have a RB1, and frankly, I don't want to take like a guy like Alexander Madison where I'm just banking Dalvin Cook goes down or something. So I'm going to take Dameon Pierce here with the potential, maybe he turns out to be the starter in like week 10 or something.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like all he has to compete with is Marlon Mack, and that's pretty easy to beat. So
Right, exactly.
Oh, also Rex Burkhead.
Yeah, I just got sniped again. I was gonna take James Robinson, so
Samaje Perine's on the board.
oh, perfect. Okay. I feel like I could use another running back, and I'm gonna kind of go with the opposite of what Shrieker said, and I will bank on the fact that Dalvin Cook gets hurt at some point, because there's really no downside to it if he doesn't, because it's not like I'm counting on Madison to start for me. So
Yeah, you did that last year.
yeah, exactly. I did that in like all my leagues and ended up working out, like for regular season, but you
Yeah.
know. Okay. My next pick, I'm gonna go back to receiver and take the guy who should get a much bigger role with Christian Kirk gone and Hopkins going to be out to start the year. And nothing's probably going to happen to Marquise Brown, but you never know. I think either way, this guy's going to have a much improved season from last year. Rondell Moore.
I forgot it did that.
Oh, Kirk Cousins went. There you go, Jared. Team 6 has Mahomes and Kirk Cousins.
All right, so I can definitely go for another running back here just so I can be self-assured that I'm good on the running back position, but I'm gonna pick JD McKissick. I do not really like Antonio Gibson, and I just think at some point JD is just gonna like slowly just take a big chunk out of the percentage of snaps in the running back position in Washington.
All right, Bills defense goes in the 10th or the 11th. All right, so I have Miles Sanders as my RB2, and he usually gets hurt a lot, so I'm gonna grab a handcuff here and Kenneth Gainwell.
Damn it. All right.
That's a pure handcuff bench pick.
And then the Rams defense just went to.
Because why not, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this is very low risk, high reward. I'm going to go with Julio. If Godwin,
Oh, there goes Justin Tucker. What
Yeah.
the hell's happening?
I feel like the Bucs are kind of rushing Godwin back. So if he does end up getting hurt at some point this year, I think that's more likely than like I've been kind of comparing Godwin to Dobbins and Michael Thomas, and I'm much less concerned about their injuries and much more concerned about Godwin's because he's coming back a lot quicker. Obviously, that could just mean it could be as simple as he heals better than some other people. But if he does get injured again, Julio as the wide receiver 2 on a Tom Brady offense in the 11th round is kind of a steal. But obviously, if that doesn't happen, then
Okay, wait.
whatever. But
Take a guess what round Justin Tucker went in the league I just drafted in like last week.
8th.
You're close.
That's
Nine.
not good.
Yeah, 9.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I think he went in the 12th in ours, and it
Our
was
kicker's
only
that valuable?
no.
He's like
well,
not even the best fantasy kicker though.
No, he's not. He's just
Wasn't
he
that-
always
He's just a good
makes his
kicker.
kick. Yeah.
who was first last year?
Wasn't Tyler
Nick
Bass?
Folk.
Oh yeah, Nick Folk.
Oh, it was Nick Folk. Well, Tucker went in the 12th in ours out of spite. Like,
Oh,
because
a Ravens fan.
no, he just drafts him every year.
Oh, yeah, he's finished first once.
I think he's
Interesting.
He
always
does
like
finish
he's
like
always on
top
the-
5 every year, pretty much. But
He's a reliable kicker because he never misses,
yeah,
and he can bank him. Not bank him. He can obviously kick him in from 60+ yards. So
All right, I'm gonna do what James did and take a handcuff. I'm gonna go with Jamal Williams. He was a good handcuff for Aaron Jones, and now with DeAndre Swift, it's pretty much the same thing. I think he's one of the more reliable backups in the league. I think Jamal Williams can start on some teams, so take that.
So this one's gonna be an odd pick, but he's definitely gonna be the wide receiver 2 or 1 of this team, led by Jared Goff. It's DJ Chark. I don't know. He may have a better year because Jared Goff isn't the best QB, but I mean, hey, the Lions can win the division and mainly because of DJ Chark. So
I think Chark went undrafted, and I kind of want to pick him up.
he probably won't be bad. I don't know.
I don't think he'll be.
He's
Yeah, he
on
did
the
go.
Lions. That's the problem.
He did go undrafted.
I still think he's been when he was healthy, he was really good.
Well,
He was pretty consistent. I mean, not like really good.
do I want to pick him up for Calvin Ridley? Probably not.
Are you gonna keep Ridley next year?
I'm going to trade him,
Oh,
or maybe if Jefferson dies. You're muted.
Yeah, I just realized that. Yeah, now there is a lot of rookie wide receivers now. You have like Jahan Dotson, James Williams, and such. But I've been hearing a lot of stuff coming out of Green Bay about Romeo Dubes, and I think he's going to be pretty good. Obviously, I know that Aaron Rodgers doesn't really target his rookies that much, but I definitely think he could definitely offer like at this round in the 12th some potential.
Also went undrafted.
Yeah.
Also a guy that I would probably consider picking up.
I got laughed at in my league for drafting him in the 17th round. So
Dubes?
I don't think
Yeah.
that's a bad pick at all.
no, I don't either. All right. Here, I think these next 2 rounds, I might just take a backup tight end or QB because I was gonna take Dubes there. I really like Irv Smith, but I already have Justin Jefferson, so it doesn't really make any sense.
I had Jefferson and Conklin for like 4 weeks last year, and it actually kind of worked out.
That's true, but I don't really want to start both in a week.
Tyler fucking Conklin.
He was
But
a
I will go
serviceable tight
with-
end.
No, he was like a lot better than I thought he would be.
Yeah.
As of like 10, he was a lot better than I thought.
Go with another tight end who's got no competition in the tight end room, really. He's just coming over. It's in a top 5 offense easily. Hayden Hurst.
I forgot he was on the Bengals now.
All right. Now I'm gonna go with my backup QB. I would go with Deshaun Watson. It seems like the easy pick, but like
Oh,
honestly, he might get suspended the whole year. Like
Probably,
I don't know. I think he might. At least 8 games, and like he didn't even look good in his debut. I get it, like it's his first time playing in a while, but then think about he's not going to play for 8 games. Like I don't know. I don't. Obviously, it's probably worth the risk in the 13th round, but I'll just go with Tua. to pair with Jalen Waddle. I don't know if this were an actual draft, I'd probably take Watson just because there's really no risk taking him at 13th round. But
Oh,
Yeah, he's probably better than all the QBs on the board. And if he's suspended all year, you can just drop him and probably take like Mac Jones or Tannehill, who are going to be on waivers anyways. So
yeah, but I don't know. I want Tua just to pair with Waddle.
no, yeah, that's fair enough.
I like stacking.
Albert went, right? Yeah, he just went. I'm gonna take a backup tight end here. I'm gonna take Noah Fant. Shout out Jared. But I think he's solid in the 13th.
I might take someone to pair with my QB to stack. Another rookie, Sir Christian Watson.
all right. I'll go with my backup QB. And does he have the same? The only thing I look for really in a backup quarterback is what their matchup is when my quarterback's on a bye, but I don't really care about that right now. So I'll go with Matt Ryan. I think he'll be good with the Colts. And
Matthew Ryan, yeah.
why is this happening? Hold on.
My dog is back in my room.
Look at this. Whatever. All right. No offense thing. Also, like, I was considering taking Tyler Algier like 3 rounds ago, but I also like Dotson. I think my team needs probably a little bit more receiver depth because Julio could just become worthless. So yeah, I'll go with Jahan.
I mean, if he's here in the 14th, I'll easily just take Deshaun Watson as a backup.
There you go.
Because I mean, if Aaron Rodgers sucks, by the time Watson comes back, I'll be able to just have him. And Rodgers has a week 14 bye, so by that time Watson should be playing, and he'll probably be better. So I might as well just take a risk on Watson because I won't need a backup QB until week 14. So
All right, I'm gonna take a backup QB here. I'm gonna take Trevor Lawrence in the chance that like he has an insane fantasy year.
All right, like I said, Alvin Kamara is still a risk this year, even though I don't think he'll be suspended. But I'm gonna just try and take away all the risk right now and take Mark Ingram.
Young Wei Koo is off the board.
Okay. 15th round, can't really go wrong with taking a wide receiver 1 here. I'll go with Devontae Parker.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I forgot he's on New England. I just this offseason apparently didn't happen to me, so that's fun.
I mean, that's a very like who cares kind of move.
Yeah.
I think New England's gonna be a mess, but I think their kicker will still be really good.
All right. You know what? The kickers are falling, but I'm not going to take one just yet. I'm taking a defense. The Browns have like an easy 4 weeks, so I may as well just have them for those 4 weeks.
All right, I'm gonna take the guy that's gonna take Antonio Gibson's job at some point. Brian Robinson.
I thought it was
Bama.
Bijan Robinson. I would have been happy.
No, that'll be next year.
Yeah.
But
That'll be first round of fantasy college football.
Yes.
oh, I have to join that. You gotta resend that to me.
Okay.
I'm assuming we're not doing that till we're at school.
Probably, yeah. I have my main fantasy draft Wednesday, so yeah, I can't before I get to school.
And then typically what I do with defense is I just go who's the worst, like, well, who's playing week 1, and I kind of just base it off that. And then I'll just probably end up dropping the defense regardless or afterwards anyway. I know Denver's playing Seattle on Monday Night Football. I don't really need to say anything else.
But
Oh, I
Denver's
also
what?
say that again.
I was gonna say with Denver's new potent offense, I'm gonna draft McManus.
Are we do you know how many bench spots you want, James? Because I have
We
this at
have
17 rounds. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
have seven bench spots. So yeah, 17 rounds is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
It's 7 bench spots. Yep, we have 7. Okay, yep, we're good.
I'm gonna take Alec Pierce here.
Like I feel like I should draft a backup tight end, but I don't know.
I'm not gonna with Pitts, but that's also because it's Pitts.
I have Ertz, who's very injury prone.
Well,
Yeah, if I usually what I would like if I have if I know I have a guy that like it should be a pretty safe bet to finish in the top 5 at tight end or quarterback, I just don't even bother.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
good.
Eagles play the Lions. That's an easy pick.
There goes OBJ.
oh, that's
Now I need a kicker, so let's see. We'll take Adam Vinatieri.
Wait, what?
didn't he retire like 3
Yeah,
years
he did.
Yeah,
ago? Okay.
I mean, yeah, why not? Right?
yeah.
Take the Bengals. Why not?
Yeah. So need a backup tight end, and he got taken. Never mind. So screw that. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with someone who is very fond of baseball. Cody Bellinger's brother, Daniel Bellinger.
It's actually his brother.
No, I doubt it, but his last name is Bellinger. So. And he's also atop the tight end depth chart for the Giants, apparently. So
That is sad.
I don't know
So-
what Sleeper's problem is with the kickers. Like
Yeah,
they
it's a lot of
don't
order.
have all the starters. I know that.
They're all
Who's-
at the bottom, or a
I'm not-
lot of them are.
I'm
Yeah.
not even, I'm not gonna bother. Wait, who's Trevor Moore? Is that an actual starter?
I don't
No.
think so.
Cut loose 4 years ago. Okay. Awesome.
I drafted
Um,
Chris Nagar in one of my leagues, and yeah, he
I'll
does
go with-
not play.
I'll go with Robbie Gould because I know that he's a starter. So there we go.
did Tyler
Those are
Bass not get drafted? Oh no, he didn't.
the teams. I'll
I got Cody Bellinger's brother.
hide the video over there. Okay, so yeah, well, I guess we'll look at Jason's team real quick. Yeah, I mean, if Kamara plays the whole year, you definitely won the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also why I got Mark Ingram, because if he does get suspended, I'd pretty much be screwed because I'd only have Zeke and Ramondre Stevenson, but Mark Ingram can just step in and I mean, he should be able to be like RB2, RB3. So definitely no Kamara, but
Yeah, I'm pretty. I'd be okay with this team if this was our
Yeah.
or my draft in our league.
I'd
at
be really
school.
happy with my team. I have 4 extremely good receivers.
Yeah, I didn't like Pittman in the beginning of the summer, and now I'm really starting to like him.
Yeah. My only problem is obviously running back because Miles Sanders is my RB2, but like my 2 flex spots are wide receiver ones, and then my 2 wide receiver spots are also wide receiver ones. So
Yeah,
and then after Rodgers, my draft just kind of falls off.
yeah. I mean, that kind of happened. I like I like Sky Moore and Julio that I have at the bench, and Jamal Williams to back up. So I think Swift is gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm just he always gets hurt. Well, not always, but like I just always view him as an injury prone guy.
Yeah, I mean, if I do draft Swift, then Jamal Williams will definitely be a.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like the problem with like injury prone or running backs. I feel like you have to like kind of reach on their handcuff just so you can secure them.
Yeah, but if like you do secure them, it's like even if they do end up getting hurt, you're like, that's why like you're still like solidified to have like a running back one. That's why I always like don't mind drafting Dalvin Cook because as long as you get Madison, it's pretty much 100% certain that you're getting like running back one production.
Yeah. When Cook plays, he's amazing. So as long as you have Madison, you're fine.
The only time where you're not gonna like when you have Cook and Madison is if Cook gets hurt mid-game.
Yeah. Which tends to happen.
But
Now,
yeah, no,
I
sorry, go for it.
no, I was just gonna say. Now I don't know if Casper will do this, but I could definitely. I might take Chase in our actual draft rather than taking Mixon.
I mean, Chase is going to be insane, so like, I wouldn't blame you for taking him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Is Chase? Do we have Chase higher than Devontae at this point? Like,
I
is he a
would.
top? I think I would honestly put Chase ahead of him.
I think a
Yeah.
lot of people would. I
Yeah, he's
I
he's insane. So I wouldn't. I mean, if it's between Najee and Chase for me, then or like if Najee, I don't know my strategy, but someone good's gonna fall to me at 9, and whoever it is, I'm gonna take him. So
yeah, I don't
Good
know
shit.
my
if Najee falls to me, I have a Najee jersey, and then Jared and I can both support Najee together. So I would probably take him,
yeah.
but mainly because I have a jersey. But I also think he's gonna be really good. So because he gets receiving work too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Casper is 6 and Josh is 8, right?
Josh is 10. Jacob's 8.
Okay.
Jacob vultures a lot of picks, so watch out. On like on the turnaround, he's
Yeah, he's a scary. He had a draft last night. His team looked pretty good.
yeah.
Well, he showed me. Yeah, I'd be definitely okay with this team if this is. I love Kyle Pitts. I that's just like a guy that I'm just gonna always like.
Likewise.
Yeah.
I'm happy
Yeah.
with my first 5 picks, and then after I kind of just like picked randomly.
Yeah, I'm happy after the 8th because that's just my whole starting lineup, and then as long as they don't get hurt, I'm set.
I like
Yeah.
bits and pieces from my roster, but I'm definitely not gonna go the same path.
I like the double Watson pick I made in 13 and 14. That's kind of deadly. The Christian Watson, then Deshaun Watson at the turn. I don't know. I would be very okay with this team if it were the actual draft.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Is there any of the other teams that's like bad? I know I didn't the team 12 I don't like, but
Like
team 4 looks good. Like really good actually. Well, I don't like Hawkinson, but other than that,
Stafford and Carr back to back though.
yeah, it's interesting, but like I don't know.
I don't
Team
like
3 looks nice.
Like I
Team
want
3
Saquon
does
to
look
go
good.
off and have a good year. It's just hard to trust him.
Who?
Yeah.
Saquon.
Yeah, McCaffrey and Barkley on the same team is a no for me.
And I mean Evans not right, but
Evans is
Ayuk,
hurt right
That
now.
is,
yeah.
that is the exact. Somebody drafted that in my first draft.
What?
They had
Well, in
McCaffrey?
like-
McCaffrey, Saquon, and then Evans.
In like 2019, they would have
Oh,
won
it's
the league.
JP.
That makes sense.
Yeah, in like 2019, they would have won the league, but or 2018 or whichever year Saquon was a rookie.
Yeah, it's 2018. I think.
Yeah, they would have won the league because I think McCaffrey was RB1 that year. I don't know, he probably was.
Oh, wait. They have James Cook. They'll be fine. James Cook is going to be really good.
Yeah.
I really like James Cook.
People haven't really been talking about Olave a lot.
Where did he go?
Went
Oh,
to
right.
9.
Before
Yeah.
that.
Like I feel like I haven't heard anything about him like after he got drafted. Like nothing
Who?
about preseason, nothing about camp.
I saw he mossed Chauncey Gardner-Johnson the other day. That's about it.
Oh, that's not that hard to do.
I was going to say I like team 2, and then I saw that they picked Gibson and Clyde back to back.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
These
Sleeper
also aren't
had that
real
too.
people.
That was
yeah,
Nate.
they're not. Yeah, Sleeper needs
What?
a better. Sleeper needs a better thing because no way someone would take Stafford then Carr. I don't know.
You said
No one would
Nate drafted Gibson and Clyde.
He drafted Gibson, Clyde, and Elijah Mitchell,
That's not great.
and Debo.
Does he have a better running back?
All right, here's a starting lineup: Mahomes, Gibson, Mitchell, Debo, Amari Cooper, Travis Kelsey, Damian Harris.
At least he has Mahomes and Kelsey. And
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Mahomes and Kelsey stack is insane.
so he
Yeah.
went Kelsey and Debo to start.
Yeah.
A decent start. All right. Fair enough. Okay. Anything else? Anyone?
Can we
say
make
about
this
the-
into a league?
I don't know how that works.
It
Because
would
we're
just
just
be it would just be us our teams and the CPU teams.
yeah, that's just stupid.
It's pretty dumb, yeah.
That's so dumb.
Like we can just not touch it the entire year and then see whose team does the best at the end. But that's fine.
Yeah, why? Wait, they wouldn't make like,
They wouldn't. They don't make moves or anything.
Uh.
So if we just like we can like make it a league and leave it alone, and then
we just do it.
yeah, and then at the end of the year we can see like whose team did the best without like making roster moves or anything.
Okay, where is the button for that? It went away for me.
Because I'm not gonna. If you make this a league, I'm not gonna pay attention to it.
Oh, I'm
obviously.
not
I was
either.
gonna say I'm not going to look at it once.
So I think it'd be
Not-
cool to like see like the results at the end of the year.
I'm not gonna either, and it'll be funny because like our teams will be pretty accurate to what we actually end up with, but I know that the other ones are not at all.
Yeah.
I can't find the button.
Oh, no.
Oh wait. No. Oh,
button
there we
you're
go.
on.
Convert to league. Okay, it's ready.
We have a league now. It's
All
called the
right.
wild card. I know.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's called wild card mock draft.
Yeah, because that's I was preparing for my other one and I named it that because I
Yeah.
did do this. Because sleeper lets you mock draft with keepers.
Oh okay. Yeah,
So-
it's called wild card mock draft. That's the league name. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm gonna leave that alone, and at the end.
Oh
of
no, I'm never gonna touch that either.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was our second fantasy football mock draft. We'll maybe have one more before ours is September 3rd, which is
The
In
weekend
what?
before football starts.
yeah, so that's like 2 Saturdays from now, 3 Saturdays from now,
3.
something like that. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll definitely do a recap of that. I'm sure that'll be pretty wild. And again, Jason and I have both had drafts so far. James has one. It's
Saturday.
this Saturday
Next Sa-
or
next Saturday.
next Saturday.
Yeah.
And then Shrieker has one. What day is yours?
I think it's during the week of before our fantasy league.
Okay,
draft.
so probably maybe like that night when you're done with it, us four will get together and we'll talk about ours because
All right.
I feel like that would make more sense.
Mhm.
All right, so we'll have that probably next week when we get back is when we'll finish the division previews. We have to do the North. We were waiting to find out what's going on with Watson, so to do the North. So hopefully we can find that by next week. I don't know if we will, but I guess we'll figure it out. And then yeah, this will be the last time that you'll have to listen to us or watch us when we're not in the same town. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed the fantasy video. I'd be pretty happy with that team, and everyone else kind of said that they would too, which is good. So yeah, we will see you guys next week. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out the division previews. You can find them on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. We've done every division except for AFC and NFC North so far. So hope that you guys really enjoy that and see you guys later.
Yeah.
Peace.